Wooz News features videos from the internet and is intended for a mature audience. Enjoy.
Whew. Thank you, Jesus. Out with Master Trump and in with Master Biden. Hallelujah. Our Savior is here to deliver us. I feel so good, I could sing. Happy days are here again. The skies above are clear again. Bitch ass. Master Biden gonna give us our freedom, our equality, our justice. Shows is. Huh? What you say? Weez ain't gonna get none of that. Things gonna be the same, like they always was. They might even be worse. Ain't that about a bitch?
Welcome to Wooz News, and welcome to the 275th day of your lockdown, peasants. Is anyone still buying any of this? Oh yeah, most of you. It's no secret that the Crypt Keeper is unofficially your ruler. But wouldn't it be interesting if the Senate and House of Reps flipped the script, like they always do, and called Comb Over as the winner? Because, they've done that before. And this time you can't blame Florida's counting skills. And what, pray tell, do you think the demi-libs will do? I'll give you a hint. It begins with an R and ends with an IET. Because, with all the training since May, they are practically profesh. But I hear what you're screaming. With all the agendas that are coming for you, it doesn't make sense to have Hefty as our ruler. But do make sense with this bitch, Kamalian. And I can say that because I identify as canine.
Wooz, hi. You really need to tone it down. Do you really want us to get another age-restricted flag like our last video?
Okay, Jew producer, calm down. We went over this. Burn Loot Mimosas is a drinking game. And because we didn't censor trigger words that Mrs. Lazyface and her Autobots are sifting for, you'd best believe we will in this one, because you know how much they love this kind of information.
I just don't understand how we're still on the air.
Because people need me.
Listen,
I is smart.
Listen, people, hi. Jew producer here. Please. All of this is coming out of my pocket, so please just subscribe even if you hate this video.
Huh? What? Are you pimping me out?
What? It's not like they have anything else to do. I mean, they just push the button.
Siri.
By the way, that Electoral college clip that you think you're gonna play before the commercial break? Yeah, no. I'm cutting it.
You will do no such thing.
Too risky.
Siri, please disconnect.
Listen.
And with that, we're gonna go to JP Sears with some breaking news.
So it's happy days for a lot of people who did not like Trump. Easy to understand as he doesn't have the most humble personality on record. The media continues to reinforce the emotions and certainty of a Biden win with a steady stream of headlines like these. Even on this video, you're likely seeing a reinforcement message that looks like this. But here's the problem. The media doesn't have any authority to determine who the winner of the election is. Actually, zero. They just have tremendous authority over how you perceive the election. Whoever controls the narrative controls the people. Oh, and by the way, who are these people? I don't know. They stay behind the scenes because darkness loses power in the light. So it's these guys who are legally entrusted to determine who the winner of the election is after a fair and accurate vote count, not the media. Oh, hey, this just in. And spoiler alert, everything I just said has been fact-checked as false.
So, Joe, how many votes you got there?
1,400,000,000. Excuse me, 1,400,000,000,000,000,000. Hard to even say it.
Well, this election is kinda sketchy. Send tweet.
Official sources named Joe Biden the winner of the 2020 election. Learn what you can do to protect election integrity here.
Resend.
Official sources have named Joe Biden the winner of the 2020 election. Learn what you can do to protect election integrity here.
Where?
Here.
These elections are a charade. It is a charade.
Oh, okay.
It is. They are meant to. Well, I'll tell you. Listen. Just listen for a minute. Learn a little something. The elections and politicians are in place in order to give Americans the illusion that they have freedom of choice. You don't really have choice in this country.
Just add puppet, then vote and repeat every 4 years.
I just have one thing to say.
And by the way, you know, I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. Because I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
See, I went to the big guys for the money. I was ready to prostitute myself.
Where do you see this? These are the people who've been shaming everybody for not social distancing since April. Celebrating a guy who's been shaming people for not social distancing since April. This is the level of idiocy we're dealing with here in America. These people voted for a guy who wants plexiglass installed throughout the country to separate us. Meanwhile, they're arm in arm by the thousands. Stop justifying stupidity. It's everywhere. Why can't we just all get on board and do something about that? That's the real virus.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Come on, man.
It's been months. I need to feed my family.
Dude, the disease doesn't care how badly you want a haircut, dude. Okay, stay inside. This idiot really wants to risk everyone's life to go to Applebee's, does he?
Gonna get grandma killed! My grandmother already died. Last week, heart disease.
Oh, she died of COVID? That's terrible. Whoa, look at those cool young activists.
Whoa!
Whoa, you guys are so cool.
Keep it up, guys!
Wow.
So
Whoa, dude.
Why can't everyone be more like them, dude?
Wait, why can they go outside? What about the disease?
Screw this. I'm going back to work.
Seriously? When the rest of us have been doing our part? It's tough being the only stone-cold realists around. Shut up.
We'll be right back, but first, do you know the Electoral College? Hashtag truth hurts. What's going on?
Dear government, you dumb fucks, you're not looking so well. We have a message for you. The people are waking up, I said. Certified freak 7 days a week. Make that pull-out game week. You have been warned. We are Wooz News. Expect us. Maybe not right on time, but we will get there. Do you know the Electoral College?
Do you know who the Electoral College is? Exactly. The Electoral College picks the president. Not you.
Boo-boo kitties. Guess what? These presidents aren't elected. They're selected.
So y'all going up around here talking this vote shit? You got played. Because the Electoral College played every fucking body. They got fucked in the ass without the KY jelly. Why is there such a thing called Electoral College?
The system is not broken, my friends. The system is completely fixed.
It's all a design. It's a setup.
You ever notice that politicians always bow down to people with money? You ever notice that?
They all get paid by AIPAC anyway.
These things are going to take place whether it's Biden or Trump. The deep state is going to make them happen.
So it doesn't matter.
The government and then the shadow government. You feel what I'm saying?
You are a number to the government. They don't care about you, but the Lord cares about you. Jesus cares about you. And when you follow him, he'll give you some special abilities. In this call, you'll be able to read bullshit.
Truth hurt, y'all.
This was put in your face.
Stop letting the media manipulate you.
They do put anything they want on the TV.
Stop watching the fucking news.
It's all entertainment.
Cut it off.
Like you watching it thinking politics is serious and shit like that. To them, it's a play. It's a puppet show.
When you guys turn on CNN and Fox News and all this shit, that's like WWE wrestling. It's fake.
They had to put on a show to throw everybody off. It didn't matter who won. They still kept it in the family.
They're friends, y'all. These people are all on the same team.
These old wrinkly white folks.
They all want control and they want their power.
They're doing this to turn you guys against each other.
Red versus blue, black versus white, left versus right.
They are sucking the life out of you.
They're trying to start some bullshit and you guys are too stupid enough to see it.
The presidents get selected to fulfill a certain agenda while they're in office.
They are chosen by the bloodline.
What does that mean? Every president that's being selected is a part of this bloodline. 42 out of 43 presidents link back to King John of England.
And what most people people don't know is that Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are distant cousins.
Trump got on stage with Dershowitz, who silenced the Epstein victims.
He's a puppet.
I know people who call themselves Republican and vote for Trump, and they post Epstein didn't kill himself memes.
He's a great actor. Cause he straight got you.
So what makes you think that your vote count?
I often hear that argument, hey, if you don't vote, you can't complain. Other way around, guys. If you vote, you can't complain.
Stop voting. Stop supporting this construct. That's what we have to do.
It's a trap. There's 320 million people in this country.
A lot of people starting to, question shit.
We should demand that the two-party system be destroyed. You know these people are criminals.
But you do see it, and you still feed into it.
Disengage and call them both out.
And you're not holding these motherfuckers accountable. Just like you never held Obama accountable.
It's a small amount of them, and it's us.
Get out of the trap.
They at the top of the pyramid, and we at the bottom. We flip that over. We the ones who reign it.
Don't be complicit anymore.
Step outside of the system, become completely self-sustainable.
We don't need none of these people. We have the power.
Wake up!
That's all it's gonna take, and it's gonna get there real soon.
So let me get this straight. Less than a month to Election Day, and this is our candidate?
Yep. All we have to do is get him elected, and then we can do whatever we want.
Stop it. Stop it.
This fall, get ready for a presidential candidate unlike any other.
I think we're good.
Not good.
别忘了拜登 ，Hunter 还欠咱们呢。
Weekend at Biden's.
How long do we have to keep this up?
November 3rd.
Let me just jump right in with the new CDC Thanksgiving guidelines. First, mask wearing is now required outdoors, indoors, and in between bites of food. Second, for all individuals attending your Thanksgiving meal, you must have names, addresses, and individually bagged cheek swabs.
Cheek swabs? What is the science behind a 10 p.m. curfew?
The coronavirus obeys werewolf rules.
Now pretend the podium is an elevator.
Hold on. I have a better answer in the basement. Bing.
Coming to True TV, The Impractical Jokers Thanksgiving Special.
Now put the turkey on your head, but keep answering questions.
This season, the Jokers have teamed up with the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, to give some absolutely
avoid water,
outrageous
only the green M&M.
Thanksgiving guidelines. Coming soon to True TV.
There's a little something on your podium. Put it on your head.
Nope.
Put it on and you lose.
I'm out.
Are you ready, kids? I can't hear you.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of The Nancy Show. And Joe, America is going through a very difficult time. Yeah, because of Trump. But things are getting better now that Joe Biden is president. We have been working day and night to help this country's mask problem. What? Wait, what? For example, when you go out to eat, right? Most restaurants are serving inside dining. Oh man, I could go for a churro right now. But you are still required to wear a mask. And once you're inside the outside, that has the inside, but the inside is still outside. Wait. And the middle of the inside is half outside, and the middle of the inside is half outside. You can take the mask off. Wait, what? Once you sit down. But you have to keep the mask on when you stand up. Because the virus doesn't work when you sit down, okay? The virus only works when you stand up. Wait, what?
Jesus, she's like a melting candle. Welcome back. We've had our new intern cut together the new lockdown rules the UK is currently facing. Yeah, but I haven't had time to review the footage, so we're just gonna roll it.
We're making the rules complicated and confusing. First, students must throw up on their parents and their grandparents, and if you don't, you will be arrested. Second, I also want to see 2 big flying horses. Third, wash your nose on Mondays, and anyone breaking the rules risks being dispersed to Germany and Spain.
To producer, no more interns.
Yes, agreed.
Now, more on the lockdown restrictions. A word from California Governor Gruesome. Excuse me while I deliver some bad news.
Hello, California. It's your Supreme Governor, Gavin Newsom. And at this point, you've probably heard about my 10 p.m. curfew. Because COVID only comes to life at 10:01 p.m. And that's Newsom science, baby. Ha! So instead of allowing you to exercise inside of a gym or outside on a basketball court in order to strengthen your lungs and immune system, we're gonna close all that stuff and treat you like handmaids in Gilead. I'm Commander Newsom, baby. Ha! Most of you will blindly listen to whatever I say, and your blind faith in me is pretty cool. It makes my pee-pee feel good. Plus, thinking for yourself will cause COVID. And that's Newsom science, baby.
Now, let's dive a little deeper with some commentary into the shaming rituals of our hypocritical rulers. Taylor Swift, anyone?
Over the last few months, Newsom has become increasingly unpopular as the first-term governor manages to blunder his way through a disastrous response to the coronavirus. Tens of thousands of businesses across the once golden state have been forced to close permanently, leaving millions out of work.
They're leveraging money and resources to push an agenda so that they can get rich in the background while y'all getting poor and your business shutting down. That's facts.
Here's the situation. We've listened to all of the advice from our government officials. We shut down indoor dining. We went outdoors. Now that's getting shut down. I just put thousands of dollars into outdoor heaters. There is zero scientific evidence that proves that outdoor dining is contributing to a rise in cases related to this. I can go into Walmart. Heck, I don't even have to wear pants. Nobody wears a mask at Walmart. I can go to Target. Amazon's making tons of money. All big business is getting rich. Screw that. We're staying open. Outdoors. It's that simple. I'm not an asshole. The governor is.
So this is my place, the Pineapple Hill Grill and Saloon. And I come in today and they set up a movie company right next to my outdoor patio, which is right over here. I have had enough. And they have shut us down. We cannot survive. And all the businesses that are going under tell me that this is dangerous. But right next to me, as a slap in my face, that's safe. Mayor Garcetti and Gavin Newsom is responsible. And we need your help. We need somebody to do something about this.
And as Newsom pushes California back into the most restrictive tier of the coronavirus lockdown, he himself is seen brazenly out in public, enjoying dining at fancy French restaurants and flaunting the same rules he's imposing on the rest of us that has millions of Californians fed up and ready to remove him from office.
The elite get to do what they want, but the peons must obey.
He take his ashy elbows over to Napa Valley, dispatching police to serve you if you pass curfew, and they out living their life. They at the club.
I realized it was a little larger group than I had anticipated, and there were just a few extra people there.
Along with a bunch of lobbyists.
It was an outdoor restaurant.
Does this look like it's outside?
It was enclosed. They had a glass box.
Paid for our dinner.
Newsom's tab was like $15,000. Filthy rich.
You can quibble about the guidelines, et cetera, but the spirit of what I'm preaching all the time was contradictory.
So it's do as I say, not as I do.
This is hypocrisy.
I should have stood up and drove back to my house.
Oh, you mean this free and clear, tax-free $3.7 million, 12,000 square foot Sacramento gated estate that was gifted to you by your cousin / co-president of your Plumjack Winery, Jeremy Scherer, which you intentionally failed to ever report, that was paid for in cash? That same home?
We're all human.
Are you sure about that, Gavin?
I need to preach and practice, not just preach. I made a bad mistake.
The French Laundry is a restaurant that you can't afford. And no, that is not a small business laundromat in California. Because if it was a small business in California, it would be closed. And going there that night was a mistake. I did a Gav goof. It was a Newsom goof. I goofed up.
I want you to understand something clearly. I want you to understand the law. The governor has no authority to shut anything down. The governor has no authority to make any law. The governor cannot mandate anything. Only the legislative body of our state has the ability to pass laws, which are called statutes, that would modify a business's operation or your behavior.
Preach it, Peggy. Now, let's hop over to New Jersey.
We have surgically gone after cutting indoor dining at 10 p.m.,
lowering indoor gathering limits to 10 people.
Let me ask you, was it hard to keep it to 10 people?
No, it was enough talking to me because I count 11. So all I had to do was to get rid of one person, and that was a very easy decision. I don't believe this. It's in my house, and I gotta sit outside at a kitty table like a Bambide. Oh, excuse me! When are we gonna start eating? The government is saying you cannot yell. Shut up!
Keep Thanksgiving really small, immediate family, don't travel, and don't let your guard down. What would really ruin your Thanksgiving is somebody gets sick and God forbid dies.
Oh my God! Hey, how you doing? Oh my God, Murphy, how you doing? Such a dick. You're having fun with your family. In the meantime, you're having all kind of other bullshit going on at your house. No, I'm not drunk. As a matter of fact.
Put your mask on.
And let's bring it back to Chicago's very own Beetlejuice.
Do not have guest tour. Avoid unnecessary travel and cancel your traditional Thanksgiving plan.
Less than a week ago, you went out and stood before a massive crowd who was celebrating Joe Biden's victory. And now you're saying your city has to shut down.
That crowd was gathered whether I was there or not. But this has been a super hard year.
Stupid.
Oh, let me get this straight. In the midst of school closing, warnings of second lockdowns, Thanksgiving dinner restrictions, no singing, no heavy drinking, no dancing, but somehow no one said anything at all about canceling in-person Black Friday shopping. These are the little things that just make me think maybe this is more than just about a virus.
I'm in on this. No, you're not.
Wait, you
They're going to jail. They're going to jail. No, you're not.
Shouldn't. They shouldn't. Yeah, they shouldn't.
The hypocrisy continues.
Nothing new here, folks. Really, we've seen this so many times.
Tonight, critics are calling for Hancock's resignation. The mayor's message before Thanksgiving was clear: don't travel for the holiday unless you have to, but he disregarded his own advice.
Even as he urged everyone else to stay home, was hypocritical.
It's a mistake that I deeply regret. I failed.
Mayor Hancock's social media post telling us to avoid travel for Thanksgiving just minutes before he boarded a plane to go see his family.
30 minutes before the flight.
That should be the last time Coloradans hear any public health guidance from Michael Hancock.
If you really believe that COVID is that bad, they wouldn't be traveling.
They and the rest of their power-hungry, let's be honest, slightly less than average attractiveness COVID squad just do whatever the poop they want, don't they? If they do it once, they're going to do it again.
Are you the best messenger for this going forward?
I have stood by the science, was doing exactly what we set out to do, and that was to save the city.
When they know that 99.6% of everybody that get the COVID recovers from it. Millions of people have recovered, but they don't give you none of those numbers. They don't tell you how many people have died from it. They say how many people have died with it. That's facts.
Preach it, brother. That's our time. In Dog We Trust, good night and Merry Christmas.
What are you doing, huh? It's happy holidays. It's happy holidays. Wooz, it's happy holidays. Wooz.
We've just figured out Wooz News because we're f***ing smart.